Good afternoon everybody. Welcome to our sunset safari on this beautifully hot and windy day. I'm down in Amakhala Game Reserve in the Eastern Cape, and we have started our afternoon in the best possible way with a whole lot of stripes, a very big dazzle of zebras enjoying the sun, and of course the breeze as well. My name is Tess. I'll be taking you out for your afternoon adventure today. Behind the camera is Morgan. And we are very happy that we are starting with some stripes. It's always a good way to start your adventure. So thank you very much for joining us. And if you have any questions, any comments, anything that you'd like to share with us, or even anything you'd like us to look for you, or topics to discuss, please let us know. We can't wait to hear from you. It is your safari after all. So please don't be quiet on the back. Let us know what is on your mind. When we can start with zebras that are this relaxed out in the open, it's always good. So this is a pretty distinctive foal. We've seen this foal maybe last week as well, but haven't seen it since. It's been quite elusive with the rest of the dazzle. But when the dazzle's here, this foal is very, very sweet. Look at it trying to cuddle mom while she's feeding. Oh, that is adorable. So this is very typical young zebra behavior, sticking very, very close to mom, especially when so young, and only when they get to a little bit older, a few months old, maybe 3 to 4 months old, closer to 5 months, anywhere in that window, they start venturing further away from mom and they start becoming a little bit more bold. But for now, the boldest thing about it is when it flicks its nose like that, it looks incredibly cute, but also those stripes are spectacular. Now on this side, we have got a very sleepy cheetah. Not much movement other than picking up his head just like that, the occasional stretch of the legs and the paws and the little toes, looking around and then going back to sleep. But when they're walking, they look absolutely beautiful. It's not a, oh, big yawn, and down. Starting to lick the face though, this is good, licking the paw, cleaning the face, rolling over.
It is in fact the Nkuhumas that Cedric had this morning, a lion pride that we know really, really well. Oh, that's so sweet. Your tongue is hanging out, my girl. Nice to be with them on a road. If you think about it, it makes sense. The grass is wet, the vegetation's long, it's itchy, it's scratchy. There are a lot of insects in the grass, a lot. The ants will be crawling all over you. Really, it makes sense just to lie out on the road. It's just sand. Okay, you might get an ant or two on you, but you're lions after all. You don't have to worry about being that exposed. Well, I have been really lucky today because we do have another type of cat for you all. One with spots, not up a tree. Oh wow, look at that. Let's just see where she goes. I love young leopards. There's really something about them. Is she gonna go up this tree? She might. She's thinking about it.
Oh my word. Yes, we have got another leopard here at Gowrie Dam. Of course, Karen told us about or gave us a heads up about the monkey's alarm calling, and we've got a beautiful leopard that's draped over this marula tree. Marips just did a little bit of a catwalk along the fallen over tree. Thanks, Marips, and he just decided to go plonk himself once again a little bit further up. Now, what was wrong with where he was? I mean, it looked like it was way more comfy because now it's on a thinner part of the branch. But it looks like he's also got a bit of a full belly there, so maybe, oh, a bit of a scratch. Oh, yes, there it is. Maybe that's why he chose that position. He's got a, sorry about the shake, it's just, the wind is quite hectic at the moment.
This drive just keeps on getting better and better. It's not the tiny one that I was hoping for, I've been finding them a lot smaller than this. This is more adult size. But we found one clinging on for dear life. I often feel sorry for them clinging on like that, and then the wind blows and they just seem to blow about in the wind.
What's amazing about the silver cluster leaf tree, this is one of the things now that it is very important for us as guides, is to know when there is a seep line. So after all this rain that we've had, and you see a silver cluster leaves, you never go off-roading where there's silver cluster leaf thickets, because that is a seep line. You are going to get bogged down, and we're not talking about a seep line. Means that there is rocks underneath the ground, and there's a little bit of sand on top of the rocks, and of course when the water comes through here, it doesn't sink completely, it doesn't go deep, the water stays very close to the surface, and then of course it creates this typical seep line. So yes, this is definitely a fantastic indicator of a seep line, the silver cluster leaf. Please make sure that you do tune in tomorrow morning for our sunrise safari, and I'm hoping that we can show you some more amazing and special animals and sightings that we do have here in the African wilderness. From the Wild Earth team, a very, very good night or afternoon or morning to everybody.